It was in Central Florida, a city that had a church that kept its doors open 24 hours a day. So in this city, there was a town drunk by the name of Jim. Oh, he would go on the corner every day, get a little hustle, and he would buy a bottle of wine. But on the way home, he had to pass this church. And he would stagger in the church and make his way down to the altar. And he would stand there, eyes all red, eyes matted, tears running down his cheek. And he would say something like this: Jesus, this is Jim. Jesus, this is Jim. He stayed there, just reel and rock. Sometime for an hour of time, he'd finally stagger out the door, make his way home. And this went on day after day, night after night. Sometimes the pastor would be in his study. The door would be cracked. And he'd see Jim at the altar. There he stands, looking up. Tears running down his cheeks. And he'd hear him say, Jesus, this is Jim. Jesus, this is Jim. So one morning, as the pastor was looking at the news, and at the bulletin news flash said, town drunk ran over by a car last night. He's in the hospital. He answered by the name of Jim. He's in critical condition. Pastor rushed down to the hospital. And as he was approaching the emergency room, the doctor met him at the door, shaking his head. So, Pastor, we've done all that we can do. He won't make it. I said, can I see him? So, yes, please go in. He walks in the room. Jim recognized him. Oh, you pastor. He said, Jim, I rushed down. I just heard. Can I do anything for you? What can I do? So you can pray for me, Pastor. He said, but Pastor, let me tell you something. He said, early this morning, I felt a little bump on the bed. And I heard a voice that said to me, Jim, this is Jesus. And I confess my sins to him. And he told me that he had forgiven me. And Pastor, you know, I feel all right. Now you can go ahead and pray. When he finished, Jim said, thank you, Pastor. I'll see you soon. Less than an hour, Jim had passed. So now they're wondering, what we going to do with Jim? Just take him to the cemetery? And the pastor told the funeral home, said, we're going to have a church funeral for Jim. The church was so crowded you couldn't get in. People all on the outside. They wanted to hear what this preacher was going to say about the town drunk Jim. They gathered. The pastor said, you know, although Jim here, that's in front of me, never had his name on the roll of this church, but he has his name on the roll in the books of heaven. Jim would drink every day, but he'd come to church every night. And all he said was just 4 words. Jesus, this is Jim. But you know it's not how much you say, but it's what's in what you say. So he told them the story about Jim. And he said that Jim was faithful. Although he was a drunk, but Jesus saved him. Now think about us. Now think about, he was saying that in the 4 words, when he said, Jesus, this is Jim, he was saying, Lord, I'm so weak. Jesus, this is Jim. Lord, I can't make it by myself. Jesus, this is Jim. Lord, I need your help. Jesus, this is Jim. Oh, forgive me, Lord. Now, maybe you need something from the Lord. And all you got to do is say, Jesus, this is Mary. Jesus, this is George. Why don't you just come to the altar? You might need something from the Lord. Just come down the aisles.